Hey there guys, welcome to the next video here on the Duct Tape Stuff channel. Now this is going to be kind of a behind the scenes video on how I film my tutorials, as well as a few other bonus extras in here as well. So it's been a little while since I kind of showed you a behind the scenes look at my channel and how tutorials are filmed and stuff like that. So wanted to film a short video here, kind of show you a little bit of a behind the scenes look. And it's really going to focus on two things: how I film my tutorials, which is kind of back here, as well as something really cool that I call my wallet bank, which is going to be pretty special as well. So let's get started on this two-part video on giving you a bit of a behind the scenes look at Duct Tape Stuff. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is take you over to my workstation. It's been a little while since we've been over there, so let's take a look over here. I'll show you my tripod, how I film the tutorials, and I'll give you a few other tips on how the videos are filmed as well. So let's head right back over here. Okay, so first let's take a look at the workstation here. Now, a lot of people ask me, how do I film my tutorials? I mean, how do I get that perfect angle that you're able to see like pretty much the entire cutting board, my hands, and whatever I'm working on the tutorial, whatever I'm filming, like collections, volumes, and stuff like that. So let me kind of show you exactly how I film that. Now, this is obviously a tripod that I have set up right here. This is in the exact same position that I usually have it set up in my tutorials, and I'll be able to, if I move my chair out of the way here. Usually my chair is right over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put it right on top here, and this is exactly the same angle that you get when I'm filming my tutorials, and this would obviously, if it was attached to the tripod, this is what you would see. So I film it, like right about here, so that's setting up right on the floor, and that's right next to my workstation. I can put this on either the right or the left side, but it tends to work better on the left side because there's a lot of other stuff. I have like a foot locker over there, and it works a lot better on the left side. Obviously, my computer's where I upload all of the tutorials and stuff like that. So let's take a look at the workstation. A lot of my duct tape did get put away when I went to Florida, just to make sure it didn't get, all dusty and everything. So I have just a few of the patterns here that I've been using fairly recently. Definitely the HD clear tape, which is a very popular thing because I've been using it for all my silhouettes and other tutorials. A few extra wallets over here, some Velcro that I'm working on, and a lot of these wallets are going to be featured in Collections Volume 13, which is coming pretty soon, so you'll see that. One interesting thing I just did with my cutting board here is that when a cutting board really wears out, I'm not sure if you can see, but I'll zoom in, you can see kind of all the little marks and everything. When the foam in the cutting board kind of wears out, it doesn't really sponge back very well, and you can tell it's like really hard over here, and it's kind of all messed up. I actually flipped my entire cutting board around so that now this is actually the top of it, or was the top of it, and it's actually much cleaner, and the tape peels off it a lot easier. And if any of you guys are using cutting boards, that's probably going to be like the best thing to do, because if you have been using it for a while, I've been using this for years, on one side all the cutting gets done like right around this section here, and then obviously when it wears out, it just wears on that section over here. Like the edges pretty much never get used at all. So I just flipped the entire thing over, and this is nice and clean, and this will last me probably another 2 years as well. And it is double-sided, so I can always flip it over and use the other side, but it doesn't have these grids, which I kind of use for all my measuring and stuff like that. So that's kind of just showing you a brief look at the workstation. It's kind of changed a little bit over the years. I might be able to stick all my duct tape back there for the meantime, but right now it's a little bit of a mess. I'm still trying to clean up and get an idea of where I can put everything. So let's take a look at something I call the wallet bank, and that's going to be a really interesting thing that I want to show you guys, and it has a lot to do with my collections volume. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so my wallet bank is right down here, so let's see if I can pick this box up without dropping anything. There's a lot of wallets in here. It does weigh a couple pounds. This is what I call the wallet bank, and the wallet bank is very simply a whole bunch of wallets that I use in my collections volumes and stuff like that. Sometimes when I want to just throw a bunch of wallets into my collections volumes, ones that I'm not actually working on and having a specific design for, they're really just filler wallets. Sometimes I just throw a random logo on there, and that becomes a wallet in a collections volume. If I want to make a specific wallet, obviously I have to, come up with the colors and make a totally new wallet. But sometimes I can just, apply designs that I want to do in that collections volume onto wallets that already are made, and that saves a lot of time while wallet making. So let's take a look at in here. Now these are all wallets that are probably going to be featured in a collections volume at some point. You got a lot of different kinds in here. These are all flip wallets over here, so you got a whole bunch of different designs in there, over there. These are mostly all bifolds. I only really make bifolds because I like making them, and they're pretty much the easiest thing to make. Now, the interesting thing is that none of these have credit card holders in them, and the reason for that is because I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with the wallet yet, so I don't put any credit card holders or anything inside until I actually make the entire wallet. Now when you make your designs, you always want to make the entire wallet first, like all the card holders, all the coin slots, all that stuff, and then put the decorations on it, because otherwise your decorations are probably going to end up being, you know, taped over by all the stuff you're eventually going to throw into your wallet. So a lot of these wallets, you know, are just going to be made and then eventually just work their way into collections volumes. And you're probably thinking, wow, there's a lot of wallets in there. Well, that's true, there are. But all of these will be featured in collections volumes at some point. So I do have a lot of them, if you can see in there. There's probably at least 50 wallets, but I would say probably close to 60 or 70, maybe even 75 wallets. So all those will be featured in collections volumes eventually, and I have a few other ones in here that have kind of made their way onto the channel at some point. So yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of just a little bit of a info video on the DuctTapeStuff workstation, as well as what I call the wallet bank. Like I said, you're going to see a few of these wallets in Collections Volume 13. Specifically, you're going to see at least these 4 right here. So that's going to be pretty cool. That's going to come up pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. And hopefully you enjoyed this little backstage tour of DuctTapeStuff and how the tutorials are filmed, as well as the wallet bank right here. So hopefully this doesn't make your mouth water too much, because yeah, there are a lot of wallets in here. But take care. I'll catch you guys next time on the channel.